Look, I know that you're an ass man. That's exactly why you're watching this video. And we can all admit you want to date those younger, beautiful girls, that kind of girl with the beautiful smile going from ear to ear, but she's also got the narrow waist and the big wide hips and that poppin' butt. And she's got that narrow little gap between the upper thighs. You know what I'm talking about. Well, you're in luck, gentlemen, because right now in this video, I'm giving you 6 unusual spots you can go, 6 unusual places you can use to meet beautiful girls that have that epic, amazing butt. And the first couple of these, pretty much any guy can use, but it's the last one. It's the last one that is the best solution, which might be out of reach for a couple of you guys, but regardless, you're gonna wanna stick around and listen. And I guarantee that at least one of these places you have never thought of. And at least one of these places you're really gonna resonate with, and you can use it to start meeting these girls tonight and shoot your shot. Because gentlemen, you have no idea how many of these beautiful girls you are truly missing out on just because you're not going to the right spots. You're not going to the right places. So that being said, let's crack right into it. Now, if you've got any excuses or hang-ups about dating beautiful younger girls with the itty bitty waist and the big wide hips and that perfect poppin' butt, like Jesse, I'm too short. Jesse, I'm too old. Jesse, I'm losing my hair. Jesse, I'm skinny. I'm too fat. I'm too busy. Look, gentlemen, I get it. And whatever your excuse is, it's a valid excuse. It is valid. You are an older guy. You are a little bit overweight. You are a busy guy. And these are stories we tell ourselves about why we can't date that more beautiful girl. And I get on calls one-on-one with guys all the time, and I just keep hearing the same old excuses. And the funny thing is, these excuses, these reasons, they're valid. They're actually valid reasons. But my challenge to you is, don't let all these reasons become excuses to not level yourself up and become the best version of yourself. I mean, guys that do end up dating younger, beautiful women, they have the exact same problems you do. They're a little bit older, they're very busy, they're carrying that little bit of extra weight, they're losing their hair, you name it. But dudes who actually date younger and hotter women, they date those women despite all those problems. They have those problems, but they push through the problems and they don't let the problems stop them from going for what they want. They don't just lay back on the couch and give up. They work through the problems and they date hotter and younger women despite not being perfect in all areas. All right, now that we've gotten that out of the way, the first place to go to meet these epic, beautiful girls with epic butts and epic curves is the gym. Now, hold on. I'm not talking about your local gym that costs $10 a month and it's 80% dues. We're not talking about Planet Fitness here. No, I mean, go find the fanciest, the most exclusive, the most upscale gym in your city. Find that gym that costs $70 a month, maybe it costs $100, maybe $150, depends on what city you're in, and go to that gym. That fancy, exclusive, upscale gym, guys, that's where all the hottest girls in your city are going. That's where the girls with the epic bodies, the narrow waist, the poppin' booty, that's where they're going. It's a small investment, $50, $100 to hang out with the hottest, the fittest women in your city. Think of it as not like paying to go to a gym, but paying for a matchmaking service. I mean, dudes are paying $500, $1,000 for a car payment, and then they bulk at paying $50 to go to a nice gym full of the hottest girls. I don't get it. I mean, just think about it, gentlemen. That girl with the narrow little waist, beautiful smile, fantastic butt, that girl you want to date, that girl that gets attention from all the men around her, she's not going to the $10 a month gym. She's going to the $100 a month gym. Because that upscale fancy gym, what it's doing is it's weeding out all the brokies, weeding out all the scrubs. It's bringing in the higher quality men. I mean, this beautiful girl who could earn $30,000 a month doing OnlyFans, she's not gonna pay $10 a month to go to the gym. And there's a very specific method, a very specific way you want to meet these beautiful girls at these upscale gyms, because most guys, they're doing it all wrong. They're creeping the girl out. Either they never make a move in the first place and they just stare her down and make her feel uncomfortable, or they make a move and they go too fast, making the whole situation awkward. So gentlemen, go right here to attractionzilla.com if you're interested in working with me personally so you can learn how to game these girls at these upscale gyms and pull them into your world and go on fun dates with them. All right, guys, the second place you can go to meet beautiful girls with that fantastic butt. I actually got this tip from a student of mine that I was coaching, and it worked out pretty well for myself. Find out where the plastic and cosmetic surgery centers are in your city. Find out where they do Botox. Find out where the medical aesthetic centers are and the nail salon centers are. Anywhere where women are spending big money to look their best, and just hang out in those areas. What I mean by hang out, go to the Jamba Juice next door, go to the Starbucks next door, go into the lobby, hang outside the building, pretend you're on a phone call, just walk around, hang out in the area. Guys, this is where the most beautiful women go. This is where the models go. This is where the women who do OnlyFans go. The women with the narrow little waists, the big wide hips, the poppin' butt, the women that are just used to getting attention and they want to monetize their attention, these women will pay big bucks to enhance their beauty. And you need to start going to the places where those women can be found. Now, going to the dollar store, the grocery store, the discount store, it can work as well, but if you really want to meet the most exclusive women, you need to go to the exclusive places. All right, gentlemen, the third place to meet fantastic women with narrow waists and great fantastic butts is salsa classes. Dance classes. Now, I've taken plenty of dance classes over the years, and I've always found there's always at least one or two or three beautiful girls with a poppin' butt when you go to a dance class, even in a place like Colorado, which is very vanilla, very white, tends to be skinny girls. You don't see too much big butts there. Go to a dance class, you're still gonna find amazing chicks. And if you truly are a beautiful butt connoisseur, dance classes, guys, you get highly sexual women there. These girls like to get physical. They're doing a bunch of physical things. The class provides a structure to actually touch the women, to lead the women, to get face to face with the women, meet them, and talk to them. And what's more, I've found that these places tend to be 60% women, 70% women, and I don't know exactly why that is, but I suspect that dudes are just too much of pussies to go, which is to your advantage. Let all these weak men weed themselves out, jerking off to their computers, because the more that men act like these little bitches, the better it is for you. I hear all kinds of rather silly objections around dance classes coming from men, like, oh, Jesse, that costs money to go to a group dance class. I don't know if I can afford it. Is it really worth it? Look, women with great butts, beautiful smiles, pretty girls, that whole package, every dude on the planet wants that kind of woman. Good-looking dudes want that woman. Millionaire dudes want that woman. Charismatic men want that woman. They all want the same type of girl. So to pay a little bit of money for the valuable service of a dance company, essentially collecting all these girls and putting them into one room all together with you so that you can essentially speed date them all and get to work on your dance skills on top of that for a little bit of money, if you look at it that way, it's an absolute steal. Again, I don't get these guys just making these dumb excuses. Oh, Jesse, I don't have the time to go to the dance class. Oh, Jesse, I can't afford to spend 20 bucks on a dance class. You want to date hot girls with big asses and you're making these excuses? Get the fuck out of here, man. You guys are just looking for any excuse not to take any action. Again, same guy will spend $500, $1,000 on a car payment and then not spend $20 to be in a room full of hot women. I don't get it. All right, gentlemen, before we jump into the final three places you can go to meet curvaceous women with those big busty chests, number 6 being my favorite one of all, I do want to point out that right now, in this particular point of history, it is the best time ever for meeting beautiful women because you have way more men that are weak-willed incels, way more men that never leave their house. They're always on their computer. isolating themselves. So you have less men than ever competing for the same number of women. And a pretty girl, she's in a bit of a bind. Sure, she can go to a bar and get laid, she can get attention on her phone, but she has trouble meeting cool, attractive men that will actually commit to her because less and less guys actually go out to strike up a conversation. It is an epidemic today of weak men. More guys than ever know about cold approach, but fewer guys than ever will actually do it, or they do it wrong and they just give up right away. But gentlemen, this is good news for you, because if you can learn how to quickly and easily strike up a conversation with a pretty girl, learn how to pull her into that conversation within the first minute and sexualize it, you can start dating 3, 4, 5, 6 attractive women all at once in a matter of months if you play your cards correctly. And if that's a skill set you're interested in learning, and come on, we all know you are, we can work together. Simply go right here to attractionzilla.com. You're gonna see a link in the description below as well, where I've perfected a method over the last 20 years where we pull out all of those negative belief systems and fears holding you back using very specific NLP exercises that install rock solid confidence deep inside your soul. So you can easily strike up a conversation with that beautiful woman, whether it be at a gym, a coffee shop, at the dance class. You pull her into that conversation, you start giving her the sexual tingles, you get her number, and you turn her into a loyal and loving girlfriend. And look, with the right guidance, this doesn't have to take that long. This is something you can learn how to do in a few short months. So to see if you qualify to work with me directly, I'm Jesse, simply go right here to attractionzilla.com and fill out the short application. All right, gentlemen, the fourth place that you can go to meet beautiful women with fantastic curves and butts. For this one, I'm gonna tell you a funny story. I was hanging out with this buddy of mine one day. This is down in Miami, and we happened to be hanging outside of this hotel. And all of a sudden, all these hot chicks started going in and coming out of this hotel. Just sexy, incredible girls with smoking hot bodies going in and coming out of this hotel. And we're like, what the heck is going on here? What kind of hotel is this? All the hottest girls live here? This is a hotel from heaven? What's going on? So my buddy and I, we approached this one group of women and we asked them, hey, what's going on here? And the girls tell us, well, there's a fitness convention going on. All right, fitness convention, pretty interesting, something I had never thought of. And we spend the next 2 hours hitting on like every girl we can get our hands on. Because like 70% of these girls were like legit smoking hot. They were also on vacation, they were there to have fun, and the girls were very, very friendly. So one clever thing you can do to meet these girls is find out if there's a fitness event. Find out if there's a fitness convention in your city. Just start having your finger on the pulse of what's going on in your city, and then attend the fitness conventions yourself. And that is a fantastic way to meet younger, beautiful women with fantastic bodies and booty. All right, gentlemen, the fifth place you can go to meet beautiful women with killer bodies and stunning butts is swimming pools. So I began to learn how to swim at a very young age. Around age 6, I began taking lessons, and I was fortunate enough that both my high school and my college had full-size swimming pools. And I noticed a pattern. Some of the hottest girls were into swimming. When a woman gets into swimming, it tends to burn all the fat off her body. She gets very muscular, but in a good way, a nicely toned way, not overly muscular, sexily muscular, but it also preserves the butt. Now, I don't swim as much as I used to back in the day. I simply don't have the time for it, but I can tell you a quick story about what happened to me recently. I went to this indoor gym, had a giant pool, also a hot tub, a jacuzzi. So I did my swim, and afterwards I went into the hot tub to relax. So I'm just doing my thing, minding my own business, and then by complete surprise, this stunner, a 10 out of 10, comes out of the woman's locker room. We're talking tall, Swedish blonde, beautiful face, gorgeous tan skin, killer athletic body. She's got everything going on. And we're talking about Florida, guys. It's hard to impress me. We're talking about the kind of girl that a rich billionaire flies her out to Dubai first class to spend time with him on his boat, and he buys her a couple $100,000 in jewelry. So anyway, she doesn't go to the swimming pool. She comes into the hot tub with me, and she doesn't sit on the other side of the hot tub. She sits down right next to me. And mind you, we're the only two people there. So I strike up a conversation, and she actually turns out to be super friendly and super cool. And that's not the kind of girl you're gonna see at the dollar store. You're not gonna meet her at the grocery store. You're not gonna see her at the corner bar. You're not even gonna find that kind of girl at the high-end nightclub. I'm telling you, swimming pools tend to have hot chicks with great bodies and great butts. All right, gentlemen, number 6, the final place to go to meet beautiful younger girls with great butts. This is not gonna apply to all of you. This is not an instant fix. This is more like a long-term play that you want to start planning for now. You want to start planning this ahead of time. And that is to go where the hot girls actually are. Go where the girls with the narrow waist and the big butts can be found. Like, as soon as I got out of school, I beelined it to go move to Florida. I moved down to Florida. I had no job. I had no money in the bank. I was just going to make it work somehow. And the great thing about Florida is you got all sorts of different neighborhoods with different ethnicities. Like, you've got Pompano, lots of Brazilian girls there. Hialeah, full of Cuban girls. You go farther north, you got a lot of fit white girls. And after living in Florida for a couple of years, I traveled even further south, down to South America, where I spent a full year living in countries like Peru, Brazil, Colombia. Even to this day, I go down for a couple of weeks every single year. My point is, if you truly are a butt man, if you are a connoisseur of women with fantastic asses, go to where the women with fantastic asses can actually be found. If you're living in a state like West Virginia or Kansas, or you're living in the middle of an oil field, or you're out in the suburbs, what are you doing, bro? It's just full of fat people. A lot of fat people that don't care how they look. If you're living out in the suburbs and it takes you 45 minutes to drive to the nearest city and it's cold 9 or 10 months out of the year, what are you doing there, bro? That's not where you're gonna meet beautiful women with fantastic butts. Look, this is something you need to start doing. You need to start planning your move ahead of time, or even just go for it, like I did. I'm a more high-risk taking individual. Maybe you're a little bit more risk averse, so plan it out. But start planning it now, gentlemen. Because you need to go where the women are. You can have the best game in the world. You can be the most attractive guy in the world, but if there aren't women around you, it's not gonna matter for anything. I'd much rather be that ugly dude with shit game who's broke, sleeping on my friend's couch, but that couch happens to be right above the nightclub in downtown Miami, where I can just walk girls up the steps and bang them on the couch, rather than being the high-powered lawyer making $300K a year who's tall and good looking, but he lives in Nowhereville, Kansas, in a small town. Gentlemen, dating beautiful women, it all comes down to your logistics, so do everything you can to move, even if it feels difficult, even if it feels hard. And look, I know, it is difficult. It's difficult to move away from friends. It's difficult to move away from family. Maybe you have an established job. But gentlemen, men that get the girls, they make it happen despite it being difficult. They're willing to do the difficult thing. They're willing to take the difficult action. So you might have to sit down and have that tough discussion with yourself. Are you the kind of guy that prioritizes comfort? Do you want to do the comfortable thing? Which in case maybe beautiful women with fantastic butts is off the table. Or are you that guy that's going to sacrifice a little? Are you going to make yourself a little bit uncomfortable? Are you willing to take the actions to make it happen? All right, since you enjoyed this video so much on dating women with epic butts, watch this one next. How to date women with epic breasts. How to meet and date women D cup size and above. And we all know you love women with big breasts, so go watch that video right now.